Hello, today we are going to use our good friend Claude to create a landing page. So specifically, it's a landing page for a meta ad. So I'm excited about that. I'd love to get away from page builders if I can, and certainly use Claude skills to do. So I've got two Claude skills that I want to use. Let's have a look at what we're doing here first. Okay, so this is the existing one, and it's not bad. Seems to convert pretty well. Okay, we've got pretty standard stuff in display here. Okay, so it's nothing revolutionary. It's sitting on their website at the moment, and it performs pretty well. What I want to do is to make the entire thing quicker and more efficient. And really, talking to Claude and to say have different iterations of a landing page. Maybe it's a different headline or images or message. It's for a different type of client. I think that's a perfect use case for it. We don't really want to be having to generate these pages manually. It's a pain in the butt. So the two skills that we're going to use are the Claude front-end design skill, which is already built in to Claude. You may need to install that yourself or activate it. But the other one I found on smithery.ai, which is an awesome repository of lots of Claude skills, right? So you can go in there and download and search for what you want, install it, and hey presto, you just tell Claude that's what you want to do, and he will start using it. So we're over here in VS Code, and I've got the basics set up. So I've got a Astro install done, connected it to Git, and that's all ready to go. So what I want to do is start working with my good buddy here and see what they can generate just based on what the existing site is. So the first thing Claude's going to do is go out and fetch that URL and the content. So it always needs to ask when it's jumping out onto the web to grab that information. All right, let's see. Okay, so this is something that Claude is doing, which is really cool. It's using creating a to-do list to decide what it needs to do. Okay, so we've got set up the design system, update layout Astro, build header components, hero section, why choose us, pricing section, process section, testimonial section, CTA section, then bottom quote form, footer, add metapixel scaffolding and lead event tracking, and test build complies successfully. So we're going to let that go, and I will be back when it's done. Okay. It's not bad. Some little fixes there. Okay, we've got a couple of and these are just anchor links. Cool, very cool. So let's have a look at what we had originally. Got the trusted car. Okay, trusted car port experts. Car, what's it? Fair prices. What's included? Now this all, look, I have to check it all to make sure it's okay, but it all should be okay. So that's going down to quote, up to quote. That's going up to quote. So we probably don't need, look, we'll leave it down there. Okay, we can minimize the footer. That's pretty good. I don't mind that. No images. We might have to fix that. Let's have a chat with old mate. That looks really good. Could we have some images on the site? It looks really bland at the moment. I need some kind of images, just to people realize that they're in the right spot. Okay, it's added images back in. This one's okay at the back because that's the type of carport they get. That looks okay. And I just want these buttons to be stretched out. Can you please just align those buttons on the screenshot so they're stretched out for the full height of the card? So they're just making the card flexbox. That's a bit of CSS stuff. Yeah, cool, perfect. And look, they both go to where they need to go. That's great. Okay. Nice, just little bits and pieces, little features that it adds in is nice. Okay, so something we need to make sure of, obviously, is that it's working okay in mobile. No, it's got problems. Anyway, we can do it. We can right click and we can inspect. And if you hover over here, you'll see the mobile layout. So really, it's just checking to make sure everything looks okay. So we still see that timeline, how it works. That's really good. 5-star reviews. That's fine. What it's pulled through is fine. Like it doesn't have to be a full-on thing. That's fine. What we need to do, they're all just going back to the different sections. That's okay. I was going to remove that, but I don't think we need to. Okay, so what's left to do here is we need to plug it into a way to send emails through, which we can use Postmark. I like Postmark for most of my sites. It does a pretty good job and gets the messages through fine. We use that. Then we need to look at the meta side and what we need to implement for that to work. Anyway, we'll push it up to the live site and let's have a look and see how it goes. So let's have a chat with Claude about how we're going to incorporate this meta stuff. Okay, I've pushed up that to the Git repo, and I'm going to import it into Cloudflare pages. Can we have a chat about how the meta tracking is going to work when it's on Cloudflare pages, please? Okay, so we've got here's how meta tracking will work on Cloudflare pages. Okay, what's already scaffolded? Meta pixel base code loads the Facebook pixel library and fires page view on every page load. Lead events in index Astro fires the lead when a form submits successfully. So what I need to do, replace your pixel ID with your actual pixel meta pixel ID. Get this from Meta, that's fine. Set up the Postmark form handler, so that's fine too. User fills in the form, JS validates, post your endpoints, endpoint returns, Facebook track lead fires, Meta receives the event and matches to the ad click. This is a client-side pixel event, which is the standard approach for meta ads. It will work fine on Cloudflare pages. The pixel JS loads from Facebook CDN, not your server. Optional conversion API server-side for meta tracking. The client-side pixel can be blocked by ad blockers. For more reliable attribution, Meta recommends also sending the lead event server-side via the Conversions API, the CAPI. This is a belt and braces approach. You send the unit event from both the browser and the server. If you want CAPI, the Cloudflare pages function that handles the form could also make a server-side call to graph.facebook.com with the event data. This requires a Meta access token and your pixel ID. Okay, and it's asking, what do you want to do? So I'm going to say both. iOS has clamped down hard on the tracking side, which is good. But we can go via the server, which is handy for marketers because we still want to know how that's working. Okay, so it's told us what it's doing. So what it's built is Postmark email, so I've got to hook that up with Postmark. Meta Conversions API fires a server-side lead event to Meta with the hash in there, client IP, the cookies, custom data, both run in parallel. If meta copy fails, the email still sends. Client-side pixel, so we're going to push that lead event. Still fires in the browser on success too, so you get dual tracking, matching what meta recommends for maximum attribution accuracy, which is good. Environment variables to set in Cloudflare. Okay, so we need to do this side in Cloudflare. Alrighty, so we have successfully created 2 landing pages for meta ads for this client. So I've tested the form on both pages, on both different forms, and they're all working fine. Tested it with meta, the tracking to make sure that the leads are going through in browser and via the server. They're both working. So that is awesome. So very cool. Obviously, going forward, we can now utilize what we've got here to create different versions of these pages. So it's very cool. It's very exciting. And I hope that helped. See you in the next one.